I would say I do think Bush was both decisive and consultative. Certainly, we saw Tony Blair, and that's a reasonable that's a reasonable position to take. But Tony Blair came to the United States to stand with him.
Just volunteering other people's deaths.
Tony Blair came to the United States to stand with President Bush. John Howard from Australia. And you can say they're all wrong, but it was also consultative.
He was wrong. He is wrong. They are wrong.
Your Jewishness is reasserting itself.
You know who's got the best way of running a government? The Israelis. I don't know if they do this, but they used to have this coalition government where they had two guys running the thing of equal power, and this is what Jewish merchants have done for hundreds of years. You know, one guy negotiates with the Arabs, and he says, "Look, my partner's on vacation. I'd take this deal now. When he gets back, he's going to hit the roof." Well, I can make those jokes because I'm half Jewish myself. No, I was raised Catholic. My father's Catholic, formally, but my mother is Jewish, and I've always had the Jewish mind. Like, for example, we used to go into confession, as Catholics do, and I would bring a lawyer in with me. You know?
This is what they are running on. This is the thing that sticks in their craw, that he won't say the word exceptionalism, because you know what? Americans are exceptional just by being born star-spangled, super-duper Americans. We are the chosen people, because that worked out so well for the Jews. This is Bernie Madoff. Bernie stole $50 billion, mostly from other Jews. For Jews, this was the worst pyramid scheme since the actual pyramids. Cyrus is the ancient king of Persia who conquered Babylon, where the Jews were living in captivity. This is before Miami. But the debates, of course, were held in Miami, so for an old Jew like Bernie Sanders, it was a home game. A man said he was very happy with it. Another woman said her husband was very pleased with it. Another man said he had no problems. He asked if physicians were opting out of Medicare. There was a chorus of no's. Another woman said, I don't have any complaints, which was the general viewpoint. I mean, this is a group of Jews in Boca Raton with no complaints. One more aviation note. You know, the airlines did cancel flights or ban flights for a little bit this week to Tel Aviv, because obviously there's a war going on there in Israel. But they reinstated them. They said, look, it is still dangerous to fly into there, but it's still better than the alternative, Jews complaining at airports. That would... But the good news is that these two brothers who carried out this horrible attack today got their wish. They're martyrs. They were shot dead by French police. And a third jihadist, who's their accomplice, also shot dead, get this, maybe there is a God, in a kosher deli. I just hope that the last thing that went through this guy's head, other than the sound of the bullet, was an old Jewish woman complaining that the brisket is too fatty. But please, no more tapes. Although, come on, who's kidding you? I'm sure there will be more tapes. In fact, today Apple announced that they're bringing out a device specifically to record crotchety old Jewish men when they're bitching. It's called the iPhone. You know, it's this Occupy Wall Street movement. It has taken, no, really. It's, they say it's now like in 1,500 places all around the world. It's everywhere. I was at the Occupy Beverly Hills today. It's just two Jews at Starbucks complaining that the scones aren't fresh, but still, it's a start. Then one of those trendy bars where inside looks like the outside. Asians come and open a Chinese restaurant, and then Jews come because there's a Chinese restaurant. But apparently the person who made this movie originally claimed he was Jewish and got the funding by raising $5 million from 100 Jews, not one of whom has come forward to ask for a producer credit, so we know that's bullshit. And it's so simple to convert this way. You know, if you want to convert to Judaism, it's a huge hassle. You got to find a rabbi, study the Torah, get circumcised, go to dental school. They're Taliban. They're not the X-Men. These people have seen too many movies. Dream Team. Oh, yes, there's Hazik, the explosions expert. And then Nori, the master of disguise, and Captain Afghanistan, the nerdy computer hacker, and Mullah Fantastic, who can scale any building, and Omari, the financial mastermind, who's so undercover he's actually a Jew. If your unmet technological challenges include pirates and getting beyond the members-only jacket, you should leave physics to countries with Jews. I call bagels Jew donuts. Fucking do it. Urban Outfitters pulls offensive T-shirt from shelves. You pay the bill, I'm Jewish shirt called mistake. Oh, did we have to wind up with the most politically correct audience ever on the last show? Jared Kushner, Jewish, but not the weird kind who wear fur hats in the summer. New rule, the people... Oh, you're not going to like this one. The people who participate in the ultra-Orthodox atonement ritual of kaparot, where you swing a live chicken over your head 3 times and read Bible passages while someone else holds a baby, have to look me in the eye and tell me there's not some point in the ceremony where you're thinking, what the fuck are we doing? You know that in Miami today, it was 42 degrees. For once, the Orthodox Jews with the fur hats were appropriately dressed. Well, I am no expert on Judaism, although I try never to pay retail. So the third thing I think we have in common is that people think we're Jewish and we're not.
No. No.
We were both raised Catholic.
Yes, Dominus Vobiscum.
Yeah.
No, it's true. My father had my best friend. I had a lot of Jewish friends. All my friends were
Right,
Jewish.
sure, we know Jews.
Yeah.
We're not disowning the Jews.
No.
We're just saying people think we're Jewish.
My friend Mitchell...
Why do you think they think we're Jewish?
Well, because I think we're thrifty.
Again with the dinner. Okay.
No, I don't know. I mean, I have no... Why do people think you're Jewish?
Nose. My nose. I think it's the nose.
Yeah.
I think they think my nose is Jewish. I do. I think they think I'm a Jew. I'm funny and I have a big nose. And you saw on Tuesday, the Prime Minister of Israel spoke before Congress. The Republicans fucking love this guy. I thought they were gay for Reagan, but I mean, they were jumping up and down like they're at a Taylor Swift concert. And okay, but here's the scandal. The next day, all these conservative outlets got on Rand Paul, the Kentucky senator, because he wasn't clapping enthusiastically enough. Because we live in North Korea now, people, and you... And the next day, Rand Paul said, I gave the man 50 standing ovations. One for each Jew in Kentucky. There is a Jewish prison. I never knew this. Did you see this? This is Michael Cohen, is going to prison, and you get to request your prison. I didn't know that either. Cohen's prison request. Otisville, the nirvana for Jewish offenders. I couldn't make this. It's in the Catskills, naturally. It was called the lockup of choice for white-collar Jewish criminals. Inmate Seth David said, for a Jewish person, there's no place like Otisville. It's 120 inmates. They're mostly doctors, lawyers, and accountants. I'm not making this up. They have a commissary that sells skull caps for $6, a kosher selection. You can matzo balls, gefilte fish, seltzer. They put out a spread like you would not believe. I love this. Lawrence Dressler, an inmate, says, hey, it's not Zabar's. And it's a little overpriced, but what do you want? It's prison. Do we even need to do a bit about this? No. Yes, we... No. So we did a deep dive into this prison, and wow, there are some... No, this is true. Here's some other things that go on in this prison. For example, when an inmate drops the soap, the other inmates yell out, bend at the knees. The big prison gang is MS-401K. A riot can turn into wholesale slaughter, or worse, retail slaughter. When you get the electric chair, the warden says, would it kill you to sit down? If you misbehave badly at Otisville, you get sent up the river to Unleavenworth. The number one thing inmates complain about is the food. Second is the portions. And when they toss your salad in this prison, you get the dressing on the side. Okay, let's bring out the ambassador.